easy, to be honest, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Like, what was it mentally though, like to be in that box, and like, what was your thinking process, like being in there? What was on your mind, like at the time when you first got in there, and vision of music, yeah, vision of music, yeah, just vision of music, yeah, just vision of music, yeah. Yes, sir. So you already know what it is, man. What up, what up, what up? It's your boy J30 the 30, Vision of Music Podcast, Scholar VMG all day. It's your boy Treyo. I got somebody special with me today, man. My guy, Foreign.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's your
Talk
boy
to
Foreign Rich in the building,
Yeah.
a.k.a. Filthy. You know what I'm saying? It's good to be here, bro. I'm glad to be here, for real.
Yes, sirski. So before we jump into that, right? I know you just came home off a little stretch, you know what I'm saying? So
For sure.
talk to the people a little bit about like how does it feel to come back home and just try to like dive right into things.
I mean,
Family, life, and music.
shit, bro. To keep it a bean is like, it ain't. I mean, I guess everybody has their own, their own situation, their own story and shit. But mine's, bro, it ain't easy, for real, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it a stack, like it's a big setback. You know what I mean? So like coming home and not being able to like, so I'll give it to you like this. My situation is I've been driving since I was 16. The minute I was able to get my license, I had it. And even before that, for real, you know what I mean? But I've been on the road since forever, you know what I mean? Always driving, getting myself around, and just been on the move all my life, for real, bro. And that's, you know what I mean? I'm 32. I just turned 32 yesterday, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, thank you, bro, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, imagine all them years being used to the freedom and the driving, and you know what I'm saying? So overnight, to be booked and then, be stripping from your freedom like that overnight was just tough alone. You know what I'm saying? And then the way they got the system right now is you got to do like time in the hole to like when you first get in there. So it's not like I went from being outside to going in there and then being like amongst other dudes where I could just talk to.
So you just
it's
went
like
directly to the hole.
Right to the hole, bro. So it's like, imagine somebody just, you know what I mean? You living your life and then they just drop you into a little cell, bro.
So
you know what I'm saying? For 23 hours.
What the hole is or don't know what the hole feels like, you know what I'm saying? Pause. Like, what is it like, that transition? Like, how did that feel, and what is it actually like being in there?
Yeah, that shit is.
Because people don't want to be there.
That shit
you know
is
what I'm saying?
pain,
Your younger
bro.
generation, y'all don't want to be there. Nobody wants to be there.
Nobody. That ain't for nobody, man. I done spoken to older dudes that's in their 50s, young dudes that's 19. I'm 30, and don't matter what age you are, bro, it ain't for nobody. You know what I mean? No race, no for nobody. That's just inhumane, bro. You know what I mean? They got you in there 23 hours. You know what I mean? With 1 hour wreck, and depending on the county and the way that they run their facility, you might not even get that. Like where I was at.
What county was this at?
I was in Lebanon, and if you won't go outside for your hour,
that's PA.
yeah. And the way they run it is if you don't go outside when your hour come up for your rec, then they'll give you 20 minutes in the day room. So it's like, all right, so now my hour done went to 20 minutes, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
And believe it or not, every minute count, bro, especially when you in the cell for 23 hours, you know what I'm saying? Every minute count. When you got to go out there, you got just enough time to take a shower, just enough time to get on the phone and like talk to your family, you know what I'm saying? And then just be a little recreational, probably walk around a little, because imagine you being in this tight cell all day, you want to move around, you know what I'm saying? So it's just stuff like that. And then coming home, like I said, then I get stripped away from my license. So it's like not having a license, so I can't get around. Had to sell the V while I was in there. So like coming home to no car, no license, being on a lot of restrictions, you know what I'm saying? Not being able to travel, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just all of that was just a big 180 for me.
Yeah, because
you know
I remember
mean?
we was trying to do some things when you first came home, and it was like hard for you to move.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So it's like I gotta ask for permission to go places, you know what I'm saying? Thank God, you know what I mean, I was blessed to have a good parole officer, and he's real cool, and he really, like, you know what I'm saying, gives me a lot of leisure. But that's also because I do, you know what I mean, my part. But it's not easy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you got somebody that's on top of you and not letting you move, then it's even harder. But like I said, thank God he's been real lenient with me, and you know, I've been able to kind of like maneuver, but it's not easy, to be honest, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Like, what was it mentally though, like to be in that box, and like what was your thinking process, like being in there? What was on your mind, like at the time when you first got in there, and like I got to get out of here? So like what was your thought process, like what I'm gonna do?
Shit, bro, if I was to keep it 100 with you, bro, I thought I was cooked. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I was sitting in there and I said, damn, bro, the first thing that came through my mind, I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't even like my situation, it was my family, for real. I was like, damn, like, I know they gonna miss me for a minute, like, you know what I mean? Like, friends and shit like that, like, they move on, you know what I mean? Because they got their own family, you know what I mean? They got their life and shit. But when it's like, you know, when it comes to like moms, dad, grandma, my brother, sister type shit, I was like, yeah, they gonna miss me, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I know that shit's gonna hurt them more than it's gonna hurt me type shit. So that's really what I was thinking about most of the time, when it was like, damn, like, I'm kind of mad at myself for like getting myself into the situation, because now I got them into the situation too, you know what I mean? Because family gonna ride, you know what I mean? At least my family, thank God, you know? So it's like, me getting in that situation, I knew I got them into the situation with me, even though they wasn't locked up, but they basically was doing the time with me, you know what I mean? Because that's just how it is, you know what I mean? When you get locked up, I want everybody to know this, that when you get locked up, you ain't gonna do the time alone, you know what I mean? Majority of the time, if you got people on the outside that love you and care for you, best believe they doing that time with you. They feel your pain, like everything that you going through, they feeling that shit. And you know what I mean? It's like, that's the hard part, you know what I mean? When you get on the phone with them, and then, or, you know, like my pops and my moms could vouch, and my sister, when they done come to the visits, and then it's time to say goodbye, you know what I mean? It's like, those times right there is like, those times is tough, you know what I mean? Walking away and knowing like, man, I ain't gonna see him till my next visit. Or, you know, hopefully I make it to my next visit. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything can happen behind these walls. Like, so it's just a lot that goes on, you know what I mean? So I know they go, you know, family goes back with the same worries. And it's just like, it's a very uncomfortable feeling, bro. You know what I mean? And it's not something you can get used to, ever.
But I'm glad you noticed that first and took the step of my family comes first, because like you said, friends and a girl or whatever, they can come and go, you know what I'm saying? So your family is definitely much more important, because like you said, you're not only hurting yourself, you're hurting them. They got to see you in that process. They got to think about how they want to get you out of that process and get you out of the system.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So I'm sure that they have cried night and day, you know what I'm saying, to think about like how we gonna pay for the lawyer fees, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the third. So I'm glad that you took accountability to like think about that process first, instead of just being selfish, you know what I'm saying? And think about like, I want to get back home, I want to get outside to the streets, I want to do music, because music and all that shit is out the door once you're inside. You know what I mean?
It's tough.
I don't even think nobody should be thinking about trying to get on the grind, like, you know what I mean? So,
yeah, your priorities got to be trying to figure out like what you're doing with your case. You know what I'm saying? Like, the minute you get in there, like, it's about educating yourself on your case. You know what I'm saying? What you could do to like see if there was something that, you know, they messed up along the lines. If, you know, if your rights was violated, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like money, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like all that combined, you know what I mean, definitely starts to take a toll on you and shit. And especially like when you in a situation where I was, bro, like Lebanon, I found out the hard way that in Pennsylvania, it's top 3, one of the worst counties in Pennsylvania.
I was just out there for mad long. It's wild out there.
And you can ask around and do your research. Lawyers themselves don't want to take cases in Lebanon because it's just the L for them. They know they're gonna take an L, and you know it's almost like you know they care about they record. You know, lawyers have a record, and like a boxer would have a record with the wins and losses. Lawyers have the same thing, and they don't want to take any L's. You know what I mean? They want to have W's. That's how they get their money. That's how, you know what I'm saying? So it's like lawyers find out, yo, this guy's in Lebanon. They're like, damn, I already know this is gonna be an L. So most of them only take it when they actually need the bread. You know what I'm saying? So imagine who you really gonna get. Like, what kind of lawyers you're gonna come across. You know, you're not gonna get the best. So you're in a messed up county. You're not gonna get the best lawyer. You know what I'm saying? And then they're going to throw you the book trying to get you to cop out for the plead, which is what they did with me. They tried to basically scare me with like an 8 to 16, and then they dropped it all the way down to a 9 to 24. You know what I mean? So not from 8 years to 16, it went down from 9 months to 24 months. You know, so I went ahead and just signed the plea because
Yeah, I was gonna say, so
it
you
was no
basically
point.
did
Yeah,
2 years.
yeah, basically. So I did a year inside, and then they gave me another year in parole. Yeah,
Yeah. Sorry about that, my brother.
yeah,
But
bro.
you know what I
Life,
mean?
you know, it happens, bro. You know what I'm
Life
saying?
be lifing, you know
It
what I'm
happens.
saying?
It happens.
So,
You know.
moving forward, you home now, you know what I'm saying? So what did you take from that you want to do now to make better for, for the future?
Well, one thing for sure is I realized like how much all the little things in you know in life like matter, and I just basically like started like stop taking things for granted and just started to cherish all the little things more. You know, like literally like little things as far as like sounds crazy, but getting up to go to the fridge and just like grabbing a cold one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's little things like that that I'm grateful for because when I was in there, there was times I was in there and it was just like, damn, I wish I could just drink a Coke, like a nice cold Coke, you know what I'm saying? Or just a good greasy ass cheeseburger or some shit, you know what I'm saying? But you can't get none of that shit in there, you feel me? Like you eating what they give you, you know what I mean? It's just, you gotta survive, you know what I mean?
What's the commissary up to there?
The commissary?
Yeah.
They let you get a $1.25 on the inside and a
$1.25.
$1.25 from the outside, so it's not bad. You get
Yeah, I
like,
was
you know what I'm
gonna say,
saying,
it's like 300.
a total like like 250. But they like if you cool, they're not on top of that shit for real. Like my son, I ain't gonna lie, like shout out to my family and my friends, you feel me, that really held me down. My commissary was booming. I ain't gonna hold you. Like my shit was full all the time, and I knew how to like actually like preserve my shit. You know what I mean? I wasn't somebody that would just run through all my food just because I knew I was getting a package next week. It was like I knew how to preserve it. So I had food now, preserve that, eat something, boom, boom, get another package. Now I got even more. So like my shit was probably sometimes over 250.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like COs don't care as long as you ain't no knucklehead and you know what I mean, you treat them with respect. They're not gonna come in here and go crazy if you over it by like a couple dollars, you know what I'm saying? But if they see you running a store and your shit over by like, you know what I'm saying, you got like double the count. Now it's a little different, but you go over by a little bit, they ain't stressing that shit, bro.
So before you went in, I know you was rocking. You was putting out a lot of music. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You was doing a lot. We was, you know what I'm saying, outside. We was doing events, shows, stuff
Yup.
like that, hostings. So I know you got a record called New Drip featuring Ant Wave. How was
Yup.
that? Shooting the video, and what was the process like working with him?
So that was fire. I ain't gonna front. That was fun. So being a New York artist, you know what I'm saying? I've been doing a lot of runs. Like I said earlier, I like to be on the move, and I touch bases on all different places in across America. You know what I mean? And Philly being one of them, one of the main ones, and being out there. Ant Wave actually has a nice buzz out there with Allentown and the Philadelphia area.
Okay, so he's from out there, yeah.
He's from out there. So I said, you know what? Why not? Do a nice collab. You know what I mean? I'm being from the city. You from out here. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we both got a nice sound, and I already knew bro from around the way. So I said, it makes sense. Why not? Let's just make it happen. So when we went ahead and did, we did the track in the studio. The vibes was lit. We finally we got together, did the video. The video was lit. I actually got Charlie Baltimore's daughter in the video. I don't know if you peep game, but that's
I
Charlie
seen the video.
Baltimore's daughter.
Oh, word? That's what's
yeah,
up. She did look familiar.
yeah.
Like she had like a resemblance of somebody.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
that's what's up.
Yeah. So if y'all don't know who Charlie Baltimore is, man, then y'all probably a little young, but just do your research, you know what I'm saying? Anybody else
I've
that's probably
definitely
in my
been
age
around
group
her.
and up know exactly who I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? Jay, you definitely know who it is because she
Yes,
was down
sir.
with Murder Inc. and
You
that's
already
your
know.
people, you know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
sir.
So
We was outside.
yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about, man. But yeah, so I got her daughter in the video, so that was pretty cool, you know what I mean? And yeah, it was fun, bro. The whole process was lit, and the message behind it is just everything new, you know what I'm saying? Leaving the old behind and bringing in the new, you know what I'm
And
saying?
it was a nice video too. I like,
Thank
I
you,
like
thank
the
you,
video.
appreciate it.
And then you got the freestyle. We went legit.
Hell
So talk
yeah.
about that. I
So-
seen you got a couple things going on in that video. So
Yeah. So that one was actually that's one of the first Jones I put together, like the first freestyle I dropped when I came home. And I think after me being gone for so long, I just think I needed like to give people a reminder and just like get a couple things off my chest and let people know like, the shit that I've done in the game, you know what I mean? And give them a little more of my side of the story of like, who I really am, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And the things I've really been through as far as like, my real life, you know what I'm saying? Like the lyrics speak for itself if you heard the record, you know what I'm saying? Like it's all real facts, you know what I'm saying? Nothing I said on that song is fake, like at all. Not even like I ain't even like try to like juice anything just a little bit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even from, like, it sound crazy, but even losing half a ticket, like gambling, like, I really did that, you know what I'm saying? Like, not proud of it, but I've done it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot of bread. So it's like, you know, like, I've been through a lot of shit. I learned a lot of lessons and shit like that. So it's like, that song was just like, basically like a small little, like, what you want to call it? Like a small testimony of a small part of my life. You know what I mean? Because that's just a small part of it. And like I said, if you listen to the song, everything I say on there, like, it's self-explanatory, from, you know, my ex still calling me, and you know, like, just like I said, the gambling, me making records with Jimi Kendrix before I even ever had a deal. Like, I was an independent artist. Word, shout out to my big bro Jimi Kendrix, man, multi-platinum producer. You know, so it's like accomplishments and you know, things like that. Like, I ain't have a deal when I met him. You know, I wasn't signed. I was still an up and coming artist. So like, just to accomplish things like that, you know what I mean? I don't think people understand how much that shit means to an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, especially when you're not signed, you know what I mean, as an independent artist, to be able to like do all of these things, it definitely, you know what I mean.
I seen you got a
shows.
DJ Don Dada in the video.
Yeah,
you know
so like,
so how did that work out?
So like,
is that shorty from the reality
show?
She
from Black Ink.
Black Ink.
Yeah. So originally, she the girl from Black Ink. Now she got like her own like podcast, and she got her own things going on. She also got her DJ thing going on.
Okay.
So, you know, she's doing her own thing now. She done branched out. But she's fire, bro. She's mad cool. I also met her. When I met her, I was actually in Atlantic City.
Okay.
And the way that shit went down was my mans randomly hit me up and was like, yo, I'm throwing this little party out here. Just pull up. You feel me? It's gonna be on the beach. One thing led to another. I was out there, and then I just bumped into her. You feel me? And we just vibed. Like, we just kicked it off the rip. You know, when the vibes is right, the vibes is right. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it just be like that, and like, the vibes just connected right off the rip. We chilled. You know what I mean? We locked in, and then like I said on my record, bro, when I first met Donna, I was trying to hit, but then I was like, hold on, stop thinking with my dick, so let me take her ass legit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know it's crazy, but it's just a real nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Like, I was thinking like a nigga at first. I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But then I was like, hold on, let me keep it professional, because I am an artist, and you know what I'm saying? This is my profession. You know what I mean? This is my business. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I try to keep it professional as much as possible whenever I'm in the, you know what I mean? Anywhere I'm at, I don't care if I'm out partying. I'm working at the end of the day. Like, I think a lot of artists forget that. Like, regardless if we in the studio, if we out partying, like, that's work. You know what I mean? And a lot of times people forget that shit, and they kind of like slack off. They might get too drunk, you know what I'm saying? Or just things like that. And I think people forget that. So I try to stay sharp. I try to like stay professional when I go out. You know what I mean? I try to stay level headed and things like that and that nature. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, she's a cool person, man. Shout out to her. Like, much love, Donna. You know I love you, girl. For real.
That's what's up, man.
Shout out to my God 6 too, man. Word.
You also got Dead Men, you know what I'm saying, out. The video's out right now.
Word, man. Shout out to my homegirl, Yaya Flawless. We recorded that song, Dead Men, probably the beginning of last year or the year before that, I think. But I didn't get to put it out because I was, I was locked up or whatever.
Who produced it?
Antoine. Okay. Produced by Antoine Icon. Yeah, he's actually from Philly as well. Okay. So, a lot of Philly things going on right now. Like I said, I've been stomping grounds out in Philly a lot. So, the record with Yaya, she's out there from Philly. Antoine, he from Philly. And yeah, the record basically is like, it's a song that talks about, you know what I mean, like putting money on somebody's head for real, you know what I mean? It's one of those, like, you know what I mean, some real gangster Philly shit. Like that record's real Philly right there. Yeah. Like, if you really like listen to the shit, that's a Philly record, like for real, like, you know what I'm saying? And I love it because if you ever like listen to my category, you'll be like, damn, like he got songs that you could tell he from New York. Then he got a song, you'd be like, hold on, this nigga might be from Cali. You know what I'm saying? So it's like my swag be just all over sometimes, you know what I mean? But like I said, I'm a international nigga, you know what I'm saying? So I'll be all over.
Now, what are these? A lot of these songs. So you got emotional healing as well. Yeah. So are you creating like a project, getting ready to come out soon?
Yeah. I actually do got something coming out soon.
Right behind you.
All right, good looking. I actually do got something coming out soon. I'm working on a project right now, to be honest. But that's gonna be put on the shelf for a little while. I'm not gonna lie, cause the main focus right now is dropping a lot of singles. Okay. I just finished dropping my 3 singles yesterday, actually. Okay. One is called Again and Again. that one is a statement letting niggas know and letting the world know that I could keep these hits coming again and again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't just, I ain't no one hit wonder, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then I got another one called Never Been Fair. And Never Been Fair is a record that is about like a lot of pain in it.
Okay.
And it's just talking about how life never been fair to us. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody could relate to that in the sense that I feel like I don't care if you grew up in a wealthy home or if you grew up in the trenches. I think everybody could say life ain't been fair to them. You know what I'm saying? We've all been through something that we can say, yo, life ain't fair. You know what I'm saying? Whether we lost somebody or been through something or something.
Yeah.
Something that we've been through, everybody. We can all relate to that. Life ain't fair to us. And that's where that record come from. And another thing about that record that I like to point out, if you look at the cover of it, I actually made it myself. And
What's up?
thank you, bro. And I do all my covers right now. You know what I'm saying? I've been real creative lately.
Have to,
So,
man. Like, in this business now, like, we gotta
I have a vision, and sometimes I like doing things myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I got a vision, I like things to come out the way I vision things, and
As you
who else
should.
could do it better than anybody but you?
Yeah.
So, you know, with the cover, I was gonna go with something that showed my pain or the pain of people I'm around. But then I said, you know what? There's people that's probably going through a lot worse, and there's always somebody going through worse. So I wanted to portray that. So the image is basically these three kids. They're from like Ghana or something, and one is actually missing half his leg, and you can tell they're in poverty. You feel me? Like they really have no clothes on their back like that. You can see that behind them, like the housing is very bad. You know what I'm saying? Like buildings, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Housing is destroyed or whatever. And you know, it's just, I kind of wanted to show people that it could be a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, we've been through some shit, but it could always be worse. So I try to find a picture that just, you know what I mean, showed that. You know what I mean? So I try to resemble that as much as I could on that cover. And then last but not least, the third one that I dropped is called She a Dancer. And this one right here is for all my hustlers that get money, and of course for all my females that love to dance and shake that ass. You feel me?
I mean, everybody love to
So,
dance.
shorty, if you love to get a bag, make sure that song is playing when you get on stage, because I'm telling you, niggas is coming out of pocket. They gonna break every bill in that motherfucker when that song come on. I promise you. I promise you. So yeah, She a Dancer. That's all three of them dropped yesterday. They on all platforms. And yeah, like I said, that one's for the hustlers and the dancers. Yo, when I'm telling you 30, they gonna love that one.
Well,
they gonna love that one.
Tonight. You got the glow up party tonight. So where that's at?
So we at Tio's in Harlem. I got the glow party tonight. DJ Donna gonna be in the building.
Okay.
My nigga Hayes gonna be in the building.
Salute to Hayes, my guy. You already know.
My brother Hayes, and I got Will Styles, special guest.
Okay.
A&R 105.1. Atlantic, you know what I mean? He rocks with a lot of different labels, and he kind of could get you through the door type shit. I think you know Will Styles and shit.
Yeah, I think I met him before.
So he gonna be out here tonight as well. I got a couple special guests pulling up, you know what I mean? I don't want to say no names, you know what I mean? But I got a couple special guests, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's going to be a vibe, bro, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of people pulling up, you know what I mean? I got people from Philly coming out, people from the city, so.
Happy birthday again.
Thank you,
bro.
brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate it. Yeah. It's
all
all good. You know, Scorpio season, bro. We here.
All week, all month, you heard?
Yeah, Scorpio season. You know the vibes, 30. We here.
So what's the process, man? Like, moving forward, I know we talking about it, but like, what's the new process? Like, you know what I'm saying, going to be for you moving forward? Like, you know what I mean? How you looking at it now? The industry is different. We was talking about it earlier, you know what I'm saying, about streams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I just got a $2.23 check, you know what I mean, from BMI. Like, so how do you feel about streams and stuff like that? Like, what do you want to change as far as the music and your format, the way you used to do it before and the way you trying to do it?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. The streaming shit is crazy.
Or do you even care about the streams? Do you worry or do you focus on the streams, or do you just want to put genuine music?
You want me to be honest with you, bro? When I put out a record, my goal behind that record is to touch one person. That's
and why is that?
Because you can't change the world overnight. First, it starts with yourself, and then it starts with one change at a time. And when you can change one person, and that person can change another person, and it becomes a domino effect.
Because you can't make everybody like us.
You can't make everybody happy.
Yeah.
So my goal is just to make one person fuck with it and, you know what I mean, just be able to just touch at least one person with that record.
And that's promising.
And that's what I've been doing.
Just
You know
doable.
what I'm saying? That's what I've been doing. Every time I drop a record, it doesn't fail. Somebody hits me back and say, yo, you said this one thing on that song and that shit stuck with me. And that's what I do. That's what keeps me going. You know what I'm saying? And it be the people I least expect sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And it catches me by surprise all the time. Shout out to my homegirl Brinks. Just like a couple days ago, we was on the phone. You know what I mean? And she said, Rich, you know, you're like, I really fuck with you, but it's time for me to do my own thing, and it ain't nothing, and it's nothing has against you. She said, look, she said, as a matter of fact, she said, it's something that you told me. And I said, what you mean? She said, you said it in your song. She said, it ain't always about the money, it's about being happy. And I was like, damn. I was like, you're right. And she's like, that's why I'm choosing this path. And I was like, I respect it, because it ain't about the money, it's about the happiness. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's something that made me like realize that my music is reaching people. My music is touching souls. My music is leaving an impact on people where it's actually helping them make certain decisions in life. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just decisions for the worse, but for the better. So just like that right there, bro. If I could touch one person, that's all that matters to me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, 1 million streams is cool, but that one stream means more to me. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit is just really different now, so I get it and I understand. You know, everybody has to do what they have to do to make a way for themselves, but we can't always like follow the same patterns, so we have to make different patterns, you know what I mean? It's just like clothes. If you keep making the same clothes, if a clothing line keeps making the same clothes, you know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, we all wearing the same thing. So you have to switch it up, have different styles.
Variety.
Different varieties and lanes.
Yes, I agree. Definitely.
Well, I like to take this part of my show, and I like to like back up from the music and always ask people personally, like, how are you doing? Like mentally, physically, like how are you doing?
Shit, I'm doing great, but before I move on to that, I just want to make sure I say shout outs to OTR Records, man. You know, I've been locked in with OTR Records also. You know what I mean? That's my camp out in LA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, shout out to my guy Soulless Music. You know what I mean? Shout out to Lefty Gunplay. You feel me?
Salute.
Yeah, you know. So shout out to the whole OTR camp. Shout out to all my people in LA. My guy K Beezy. You know what I'm saying? You know my All Money In dudes, huh?
When did you link up with them?
So I linked up with them to keep it a stack. I want to say back like in 2021, around there, 2020, 2021. And we just kind of kept a good relationship since then. I've been out to LA a couple times, and then I actually, on my second time there, I got to go to the All Money In studio. I played some music for them. I rapped for them. And then after that, it was just like we became family type shit. You know what I mean? It was like they really welcomed me with open arms, like as a brother, you know what I mean? Like to the point where like I go down there right now and they're like, yo, if you need a place to crash, you come to the crib or stay at the stew, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like you family type shit. So they real good dudes, you know what I'm saying? So much love to my guys in LA, you feel me? Always showing me super love and hospitality when I'm down there. Like I said, my guy KBZ, Syfe, you know what I'm saying? My guy Jazzo, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to the NAC Inc. movement and all that, you feel me? So, you know, real good people, you know what I mean? Like real good people.
Salute, yo.
Word, for sure.
That's what's up. So yeah, man. How you doing,
bro? But mental wise, bro, like I'm gonna keep it 100. Like I don't want to say I'm 100, you feel me? Because I've been through a lot of shit just, you know what I mean, recently. I'm still just trying to get things together, you know what I mean? I still don't got my license yet, so just that right there ain't, you know what I mean, keeps me on edge sometimes. Just little things like that, you know what I mean? The setbacks with the you know, the system. They got me on parole, and it's crazy because you got to pay to be on parole. And then when you locked up, I don't know if you know this, but they charge you like $10 a day to be in there. So that's technically crazy. You come home and you got to pay them now.
Oh, that's
crazy. Yeah, you got to pay them for all the time you spent in there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's like they keep you in there against your will, and then you got to pay them for being in there. So it's like, golly, you know what I'm saying? Like, make it make sense, right?
They're trying to get that money.
So yeah, so you know, with things like that, you know what I mean? It's you know, it's a little tough situation to like juggle and handle and whatnot. But aside from that, you know, the music keeps me going. You know, I got good family and friends that keep me, you know what I mean, like strong support. They keep me going. You know, like I shout out to my brother Jen, you know what I'm saying? That's like ever since I met Jen, you know what I'm saying? Like my life done changed too, you know what I mean? He's been like a mentor to me. So he's done taught me how to like move different and, you know, think different and you know, basically be like more of like the 1%ers and shit like that. So like, and it's a lot of like mind shit, you know what I mean? It's a lot of like mind battles where it's like getting up at a certain time when nobody can, you know what I'm saying? Going out and working out at a certain time or certain climates that people won't necessarily want to do, you know what I'm saying, go out like, and I got that from him for real, you know what I mean? I remember when I first met him, it'll be like 1 or like 12 at night, 1 in the morning, some random shit, or you know what I'm saying, and it'll be cold as shit. He's like, hey yo, I'm going on a run, you coming with me? And I'm like, yeah, you bugging, like I'm what? Look, you see the time, like I'm about to scroll this up and chill, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, all right, and just goes, like doesn't ask me twice, doesn't think about it, just goes. Doesn't somebody else would have been like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna just stay here then, like, you know what I mean? I ain't got nobody to run with, I'm gonna just stay. But that's not his mentality. He's determined to make it happen, discipline, you know what I'm saying? So shout outs to him for helping me with that discipline and, you know what I mean, like helping me get into my workout stuff, you feel me, and things like that. So
you need a support
much
team.
love for,
It's
you know
very
what I mean?
important.
Yeah, you know what I mean? My brother Ant, you know what I mean? So real good dudes, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, if it wasn't for them, you know what I mean, things would definitely be a lot harder, you know what I'm saying? And once again, like my family, man, those are my number one supporters at all times, you know what I mean, through thick and thin. So that's just what keeps me going, you feel me? But it ain't easy, I tell you that much, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like we all got our you know what I mean, our demons and shit. So
I mean, I salute you though. I mean, we here, you know, we got to be grateful that we wake up every morning.
right. And that's number one, man.
Yeah, that's
thank
number
God,
one.
you feel me? Like
what I mean?
God is the main reason that I keep pushing, you feel me? Like that's another thing.
Are you very spiritual or do you believe
Yeah,
in
so
God?
to keep it 100,
That
bro,
there is a
like
God?
I come from a God-fearing family. And with that being said, I've always been very spiritual, you know what I mean? I got saved at a very young age. I know what that's like. I know, you know what I mean? I know the word of God and stuff like that. But I've never been like super close where like the way I am now. And jail did that to me, you feel me? Because when I was in jail, I had a lot of time to reflect to myself, you feel me? Being in a cell alone 23 hours of the day, you got nothing else to do but think. And then the first thing they give you in there is like the easiest thing to get is a Bible. And that was like, I needed something to read, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like my mind was going crazy in there. So I got my hands on the Bible. It's the first thing I started reading. And a lot of things that started jumping out. Like I told you, I was in Lebanon. It's called Lebanon County. I've never heard of this county. And all of a sudden, yo, and check this out, right? Because I've never really read the Bible for real. Like I've skimmed through it, I've know about it, I know the stories, but I've never really read it, right? So here I am. I say, you know what? I got nothing but this time. I said, let me take this time to get closer to God and actually start to read the Bible, something I've always wanted to do in life. So somebody in there while I was in there taught me that because this is a crazy story. Like when I first got in there, I told you they put me in a hole. I said, damn. I said, what am I gonna do in here? I was like, you know what? I said, one thing I know is I ain't looking for problems, but I ain't gonna be nobody bitch. So I already knew this off the rip. I said, I don't care if I gotta fight to the death. Like like I already know, like I know, you know what I mean? Like I'm only thinking about the type of shit I see in movies and like the way people portray jail from the outside, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all I know, if a nigga try me on some funny shit, it ain't gonna happen. Like we gonna have to get squabbled, you feel me? So I prayed to God, like, yo, whoever come in the cell, because when they put me in the cell, I was alone. But I already know these shits they fill up quick. So I said, it's a matter of time. Somebody gonna get in here with me. So I just kept praying to God that whoever it was, that he sent me an angel. Fast forward, this dude come in. He's like 3 times my size. I'm like, oh man, talking about squabble.
Yeah,
this
like,
nigga, like
it.
How much could I really do? Like I'm gonna have to hit him in a pressure point. I'm gonna have to do some, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fix it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta hope that this guy got bad knees or something. You know what I'm saying? Cause yo, when I'm talking about 3 times my size, 3 times my weight, you know what I mean? So I'm like, all right. So I'm like, let me see. I'm trying to test the water, start talking to him. Fast forward, he tells me his name is Angel. And I said, damn. I've been praying for God to send me an angel. Like, what kind of shit is that?
Yeah.
So he says his name is Angel. Happens to be one of the nicest people I ever met.
Wow.
Honestly, humble, super nice. Like,
a lot of people go to jail.
When I mean nice, I mean nice, bro. Super nice, bro. I couldn't get any luckier than having him as a Sully. When I'm telling you, I had niggas on other people out around here, like they was in they cells banging on they gates. They Sullys is annoyed. You got niggas on the gate yelling to the next nigga.
Yeah.
My Sully over here like, I don't do none of that, bro. I just chill. So it's my cell all nice and quiet.
Yeah,
We just chilling, talking to each other, learning. And then he actually taught me how to read the Bible.
Okay.
Because I tried to grab the Bible and started reading it like a book. I opened it from page 1. And he said, yo, what are you doing? That's not how you read the Bible, bro. He's like, just open it. You just open it to any page and the you know what I mean? The word to speak to you.
Yeah.
And I said, all right. Fast forward, he gets sent to medical for some shit. I'm back in the cell alone. So I was like, fuck it, let me pick this Bible up and read this shit. You know what I mean? And I started reading it the way he taught me. So I just opened it, right? Boom. When I opened it, I just started reading. Started saying some shit about the people of Lebanon and this and this and that. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, hold
Crazy
on.
how that works, right?
How out of you know how many pages in the Bible, bro?
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know how many verses and pages? Bro, I opened the Bible and that's the first thing I read. It said something about Lebanon. And I'm
That's
like,
what he was trying to tell you.
I'm
That's
in
how the
Lebanon.
Bible, that's how the Bible works.
That's
though.
how it worked. So it's talking about something about Lebanon. And I remember that day I was really pissed off at the COs because they were like being dicks about some shit, right? And I was like, damn, like, I know I'm an inmate, but you don't got to treat me like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was already upset about that. And I remember it saying like something about Lebanon and that when the time is done, like something about saying like that authority, like the corrections won't have any power over you. And I took that and translated it as the COs, authority, you know what I mean? Correction officers. And it said that they will not have any more power over you. And I was like, damn, that's crazy because I never really like connected spiritually like that. And after that moment, that's what really brought me closer. So yeah, like now I'm very more closer to God and you know what I mean? Like
Just more woke.
More woke, you know what I mean? Definitely would never lose my faith. I almost lost my faith, I ain't gonna lie, one time, and I don't think that's ever gonna happen again. Word.
Well, I salute you, man.
Word.
Definitely.
For those of you that don't know, man, God is real. God is real.
And it, like, you know, there's a God for everybody.
For everybody,
You know
yep.
what I'm saying? So you just gotta figure it out. There's no rush to, you know, God is always gonna be there as long as you here. So whenever you need him and you speak out and call for him, that's when he's there for you, you know?
And
I believe.
yeah, I'm glad you do, brother. And I don't want to make this a whole God conversation,
Yeah,
but
nah, it's all good.
just to put this out there, because I went to church the other day, and I remember somebody, because I remember one day somebody was like, oh yeah, and the Bible says, you know, that God or whatever is gonna come down one time, you know, like the rapture, right? Then like they were like, oh, how does that make sense? Like the rap, blah blah blah. Like he's gonna. I'm like, they're like, when would that happen? And I used to think about that all the time. Like, word, like, when will this happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, do they just say this to like to just, you know, drag it along, or is it ever gonna come? You know what I'm saying? And then I was in church, and Pastor Tim said, God, if you're gonna come down, give me 5 more minutes. Just give me 5 more minutes before you come down, because somebody in this room hasn't been saved, and we're gonna pray for them. And he prayed, and whoever in that room that wasn't saved, he actually, you know what I mean? He did a salvation prayer. But it hit me. That's not the only person on earth that needs to be saved. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of looked at it like, damn, God is gonna come down one day. That rapture is gonna come, but he's waiting for a lot more people to be saved. He's giving us time. So understand, he's giving us time.
He's waiting for the calling.
He's
like I
waiting
said,
for the
like,
calling,
for more
and
people to ask
exactly to be saved.
For help.
So, in other words, don't wait till it's too late. But you guys got some time, and the time is now. Time is now.
You know, I realized one day too, and we're gonna, you know, move forward. But just to touch on that topic real quick, I was sitting in here one day, and I had some stuff I was going through in my mind, and you know what I mean. It goes to show you how real it is, and how, you know, if you're just honest with yourself, and pray, it will come to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In some sort of way, fashion, whatever it is. Like, I got down on my knees in here, bro, and I prayed for this new gig that I'm supposed to be getting. And when I did that, because easily I was about to be like, nah, I ain't about to, like, you know what I mean? It don't never work for me. You know what I mean? But we got to stop thinking like that. When I did that,
and
yo, my whole week went the way I wanted it to go.
But see, let me add to that. You know why it went the way you wanted it to go? because I'm sure that you did everything that you did that week was with the word, like with the right intentions, and the way God would, you know what I'm saying? Like we got to live in His image, right?
Yeah.
And the way that He wants us to you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, I kind of say this, right? We all pray for things, right? Like you said, I was praying for this and that, and then all of a sudden your blessings came, right? But it's like, how can you pray for blessings and expect God to bless you when you don't show Him the worthiness of those blessings? I've always said that.
Yeah.
And if I could give you an example, it's like, if you got a girl, how do you wife that if she don't show you she's worthy of being a wife? You know what I'm saying? We as humans, as a man, you ain't gonna accept that. If she out here thotting around, is you gonna put a ring on it? Hell no.
Nope.
Not at all.
Nope.
So if you out here doing the opposite of what God wants you to be doing, you think you deserve the blessings you pray for at night? I don't think so. So if you really praying to God and you're a believer and you want these blessings, you got to do right. You got to have the right intentions. You know what I'm saying? And you got to show Him that you're worthy. Show Him that you're worthy, and the blessings will come. But if you don't have that to show you that you're worthy, and you don't got to do much for real. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just a little bit. Just doing, you know what I mean? Just do a little bit
It's
to
the
show
initiative,
the initiative,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And
to
it's just
show
like I
the
said,
worthiness.
Preparation is like when you prepare for something and you're ready, God will know that you're
He
ready.
will know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't just say you ready, you ready, you ready. When that feeling is deep down inside and you know you're ready,
Right.
because you could say you're ready but not really be ready. When
course.
you know you're ready, you'll move forward and make that next step.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He would definitely open that door for sure.
Word.
Definitely.
Well, I'm glad we got to touch on, those few things for the people and ourselves, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because it's very
yeah.
important. A lot of people don't like to read, and a lot of people don't like to read books. So, visualization sometimes is important for people. That's why the name of the show is called Vision of Music.
Right,
Because a lot of times we talk about music all the time, but you got to have a vision before you start working on music. You got to have a vision before you start working on your life.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct.
So, like I said, I commend you, bro.
Appreciate
everything
that.
that you have said is valid, straight from the heart.
Appreciate
you know what I'm
that.
saying? Genuine.
Yeah.
And if we not like that, then things don't happen the way we want them to happen. Things fall into your lap because you're doing the right thing.
Correct.
You're taking the right steps. You know what
Correct.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Nah, yeah, I appreciate that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just try to be humble. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm a God-fearing man, and I don't think I'm better than anyone. You know what I mean? We all human. We all eat, sleep, and shit the same. You know what I mean? Like, we all got the same 24 hours in a day. You know what I mean? So I don't ever look at somebody like they less than me or more than me. Like,
and
ever.
24 hours is a long
I treat
time.
everyone the same, you know what I mean? From the janitor to the CEO, you know what I mean? I know you heard the saying, and that's just really how I am, you know what I mean? I treat everybody the same. I never count nobody out, because you just never know, you know what I mean? You never know who's going to be the next star. You never know who's going to be, you just never know, bro. You just never know who's going to be the next prophet. You just, you know what I mean? You don't know who's who, so you just can't, you got to treat everybody the same, treat everybody with respect. You gotta love people the way Jesus would love people, you know what I mean? You gotta spread love the way Jesus want to spread love, the way He loves us, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's just what it is, That's why also when I came home, I also started this fitness thing. It's called David and Goliath Fitness. So yeah, so that helps with the discipline, helps stay in shape. I love doing that, and because the people that I bring out, you could tell a lot of these people, they have like been through a lot, and they looking for somebody or a place that they can come and, you know what I mean, grow, and like, you know what I'm saying, like just have that motivation to be better, you know what I mean, and grow and stuff like that. So it helps and I love it because it helps me become a better person, and it helps others as well, you know what I mean? So I love the whole working out thing. Like I said, the David and Goliath Fitness, the name alone, you know what I mean, it's like I picked that name for a certain reason. It's out the Bible, the story, and I like to say, you know what I mean, I'm a small guy, you know what I mean, but it's like I got the heart of David with the strength of Goliath, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way I like to look at it, you know what I mean? So, yeah, bro. And other than that, I do like stocks on the side. So shout out to my nigga Jim with the stocks. I also work on a Discord. So if any of you guys listen in, 30, you know what I'm saying? You want to be down with this Discord that we got? It's called 7 Society.
Yeah, my man tried to
you know what I mean?
With the Discord app,
so we running it crazy right now, you know what I'm saying? So if y'all want to get into option trading and stuff, I also do that on the side. I teach people how to trade options. I teach people how to invest in the stock market and stuff like that. So, you know, I do a little bit of everything. You know what I mean?
You have to, man. You got to multitask. You know what I mean? So I want to thank you for being out here and
Appreciate you, brother.
show, you know what I'm saying? Let the people know if there's anything else going on. Let them know where they could tap in and follow you on the gram and your social media and stuff like that.
Well, you already know, man. It's your boy Foreign, aka Filthy. Follow me on Instagram, Foreign Rich. That's the number 4, REIGN Rich, and that's on every platform. Make sure you follow me on Spotify, Apple Music, you know what I mean? Add my profile onto your playlist. I'm gonna be dropping songs back to back. For those artists that's out there that want to collab, tap in, man. Like, you know what I mean? I'm humble. I like to work. Let's just make it make sense. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's a business before anything, but you know, we get
some
it
work
right.
to finish. I know that.
Yeah, no, me and you got a lot of stuff cooked up that we ain't. They don't even know. They don't even know.
It's sitting
They don't
in the
even know.
pot.
Hey, yo, bro, I got stuff that's been sitting in the cut for years, and it's now that I'm bringing it out, and people
Still
like
fire, though.
still, bro. And it's things that people, yo, bro, I got something on. You know, remember Music Maestro? Psst, I got something on his beat. Oh man, I've been holding on to that beat for so long. He's like, Maricon, you still got that? I said, yeah, I still got that. He's like, how the fuck? I even forgot I made that beat. I said, yeah, bro, I keep shit in the cut. I'm like, nigga, because that's another multi-platinum producer. You feel me? So shout out to Music Maestro, you know what I mean?
Shout out to the producers too.
Yeah,
man,
shout out to
you know
the
what I mean?
producers,
Word
bro,
up.
for real, because they, you know what I mean, they give us those beats to get crazy on, you know what I mean?
Shout out to the engineers, man. Without the producers and the engineers,
my guy
you know
Buck,
what I mean?
you know, my nigga Buck 3000, you know what I'm
We wouldn't be
saying?
nowhere. Salute.
Yeah, shout out to Con Genius. He did the Went Legit, you know. Shout out to SOS. He did a She a Dancer and Maserati Sparks. Buck mixed it, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy Hasman. He does a lot of the recordings out in Easton, you know what I'm saying, when I'm in PA, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, shout out to the team, you know what I mean? Shout out to my cousin, you know what I mean, that helps me out with the cam and all that. So, you know, everybody puts their little twos in, you know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying?
A team effort, you know what I'm saying? Work in progress, you know what I'm saying? So you already know, man. We working, we outside, we back outside.
Yes,
Stay
sir.
tuned.
Yes, sir.
Look out for the new episode. It's your boy, J30,
Let's
30,
go.
Foreign Rich, and this is Vision of Music Podcast. Scholar VMG all day. BX.